not decided uh, what my bias was by the time this market was opening. So let's see what happened when I was trading. So I went down to 1 hour time frame and I saw a 1 hour fair value gap up here. You can see it, and I still had this still with me. Daily fair value gap. The sell side was here, the buy side was here, but we had the gap. So this automatically became our new week opening gap. This is where we closed on Friday, and this is where we opened on Sunday. So this was the sell side, the liquidity down here, and the fair value gap here. So we are trading between the new week opening gap high and the fair value gap for 1 hour as per the time I woke up. So it was before the London session, so it was like 1 hour to London session. So up here I saw like an inefficiency, so I marked up here. There's liquidity resting above there and below here, because you see these swing points here, these are the places where liquidity is resting. I mean your stop losses, big money in the market, man, you understand me? Yeah. So up here, this was my first entry this morning. Up here I had a stop loss. I entered at this point here. I was expecting it to hit, see this fair value gap here, I was expecting it to hit there, but I entered early because I feared that I might miss this one chance to collect my money down here. So I went forward and decided to sell my take profit down here. Stop loss up there. Down here you can see, let's see, you can see down here we have some swing points down here. Let's go on. So at the point at this, during this screenshot, I was stopped out. I was stopped out, guys. But you see here, I entered my trade around here, at this point here. But you see what happened? I was on profit for a little bit time, but I was stopped out. So once I was stopped out, you see this spike up above this point here, this sweeping the liquidity which was resting above here. So what came into my mind was to sell here, and my stop loss up here. Why did I sell here? Because this uh, they call it turtle soup, when the liquidity is taken and the market is likely to rally the opposite direction. So I sold again, I take profit down here, still holding to my position, my selling position. Let's see what happened. So I went forward. I was on profit at this all this time. I was on profit. We formed this liquidity void here. We're trading towards it. Break of structure. So I entered earlier. That was a turtle soup. At this point here, this is the optimal entry that ICT actually speaks about on his channel. You can follow him. So I was expecting it to hit, to fill this liquidity void, and let's see what happened. So it traded towards it, into it, and rallied down. So at this point here, this move here scared me out of the market. So it scared me out of the market, and I closed on partial. I closed the whole trade. So I closed the whole trade and I was out of the market. Let's see what happened. I sold at this point here, and there's a fair value gap. You can see this candle here and below here, and in between these two, this candle and this candle, though it ain't clear, but there is a liquidity void. I mean the separation between two candles, this, I mean it's a volume imbalance here, because it's a wick that is cutting through. So this one was for me. I before it traded, I was thinking this was an inversion fair value gap. Let's see what happened. Yes, indeed, it was an inversion fair value gap. Went through. This point where I'm saying study this rejection block, it's for myself, man. This is my journal. I'm actually sharing to you guys. So this inversion fair value gap here, traded through it. Let's see what happened. Yeah, we went through it. Still my position, my stop loss up here. Yeah, let's see what happened. So we traded again high to fill. You see, there was an inefficiency between these candles high and these candles low. There is a trade. It was traded once downsides once, so we had to give it a buy side. We had to they say offer buy side. That's ICT, man. That's my mentor. So according to me and my trading journal, so at this point here I could have bought. Let's see what happened. So yes, traded low. I was scared at 10:15. I almost closed my trade at 10:15. Is this candle here? See this? Once it, yeah, I was scared, man. It traded high, but formed a bigger wick. Traded low. See this point here? I knew very well that there is liquidity resting below here, and my take profit was down here. Let's continue and see. Man, I was topped out, man. So you see what happened? Once we started trading again above this point here, I got out of the trade, man. I got out of the trade manually. I didn't want this thing to happen to me, so I was scared. So at this point, showing me willingness of going down, I entered another trade, guys. At this point here, while we're up here, see, we have taken here the buy side at this point here. That's stop loss for people who are selling from this point to this point, so we took them out. So I was expecting, see this, from here to here you had to give buy side. So I didn't see this while I was on this trade. I was blind, man. I thought it would trade through here before it rallies high, but it came not as I had expected. Let's see what happened. So the stop loss, I dropped my stop loss to the entry point, and at this point here I was managing my risk now. So from this point henceforth I was risk free. So let's see what happened. The reason why I moved it to here, I was afraid, man, that it will turn because of what I've seen from the recent trades, like 5 trades. So I made a lot of trades today, guys, like 5 trades. So my stop loss was here. There is an order block here. See these two candles here? Midpoint, main threshold, traded through. So I was like, yo, these are good. So stop loss here now. So stop loss was from, see the entry point, and now so I was still waiting on profit. Traded through this I knew liquidity was resting below here. I traded through the other block. I saw this liquidity void, so I was expecting it to trade into it. Let's see if it did. I was scared. At the candle 11:21, it's this. See this? I was scared. I almost closed my trade, but I gave myself hope. Yes. Let's continue and see what happened. I was scared at this point. Let's see. Yo, man. Started buying aggressively. I was scared again. Let's see. See the wick, the weight wicked below. So at this point here, I was at least I was scared initially, but at this point here, I was willing to hold through the trade towards my take profit because I knew probably it was feeling this inefficiency. So I was holding to my trade. See what happens. So at this point I was shaking, guys. See, so I was shaking. This move, made me like feel like, yo man. But let's see what happen. So this is from my mentor, copycat. So I copied from my mentor onto the speed and distance, probably to take out this liquidity. It didn't. Took my stop loss away, went up, man. I entered again, guys. I overtraded today, man, but I think I'm not going to repeat that again. See, I was started comparing the dollar index and this. I saw this was bullish because I was waiting it to. There is a volume imbalance here, so I was expecting it to come and pick higher to be a bullish market, so that the dollar index is bullish, gold is bearish. I was still on a trade, selling and maintaining my take profit. But at this point here, see, mhm. So at this point here, guys, I didn't make any profit, neither did I make a loss. So that's what happened for me today, guys. I overtraded. That's a mistake. I won't repeat again. Another thing I want to tell you guys that I ignore the fact that today was a holiday, so I decided to go into this market, see how choppy it is. But that was my mistake. So guys, that's all I have for my trading journal today. This is a break even traders journal here. So ensure to like and subscribe if you wanna see more of my